The Baltimore Ravens just made a move that almost nobody saw coming, and if you don't pay attention to what this actually means for their season, you are going to seriously regret it. If you want the fastest NFL news, the hottest takes, and zero fluff, hit that subscribe button right now. You do not want to miss what is coming next. The Baltimore Ravens have added a fifth quarterback to their 90-man roster. That is not a typo. 5 quarterbacks. And the newest name on that list, Skyler Thompson. Now before you scroll away thinking this is small news, hold on. Because this move is smarter than it looks, and by the end of this, you will completely understand why the Ravens front office made this call. So who exactly is Skyler Thompson? Fair question. Most people know him from his time with the Miami Dolphins. He was a 7th-round pick back in 2022 and spent his first 3 seasons down in South Beach. Every time Tua Tagovailoa went down with an injury, Thompson was the guy stepping in under center. Over those 3 seasons in Miami, he made 4 starts, completed 99 of 183 passes for 941 yards, threw 2 touchdowns, and had 5 interceptions across 11 appearances. Not jaw-dropping numbers. But here is the thing, that was never the point. He was always a backup. He was never given a first-team offense, never had the chemistry with starters that comes from regular representatives, and still managed to hold things together when called upon. That context matters a lot. After Miami, Thompson ended up with the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, spending most of the season on their injured reserve list. So yes, he has been flying under the radar. But the Ravens clearly saw something worth adding to their building. Think about that for a second. Is it crazy to add a veteran quarterback with real game experience just to build depth? Or is this actually the most logical move the Ravens could make this offseason? The coach who delivers here is where things get really interesting. The Ravens head coach did not just stumble into this signing. He literally told everyone this was coming. Not long ago, he mentioned, almost casually, that the Ravens could carry somewhere between 3 and 5 quarterbacks during training camp. At the time, a lot of people brushed it off. But now, they have 5 quarterbacks on the roster. He said it. He meant it. And he delivered on it. That is the kind of head coach you want running your franchise. Not someone who just talks a big game. Someone who maps out a vision, communicates it clearly, and then actually makes it happen, even on the smaller roster decisions that most fans overlook. He also mentioned publicly that the team would look to bring in a veteran quarterback for depth. A few days later, Skyler Thompson is a Baltimore Raven. Word for word, play for play, this coaching staff is operating with a clear plan. And if they are delivering this precisely on the small moves, imagine how locked in they are on the big ones. Ravens fans should feel genuinely excited about the direction this organization is heading. But wait until you hear the real reason behind the signing and what it says about Lamar Jackson's future in Baltimore. Protecting the franchise here is the truth about why this move happened. It is not really about Skyler Thompson. It is about Lamar Jackson. OTAs are coming. Minicamp is around the corner. Training camp will be here before you know it. And during all of those sessions, quarterbacks are throwing. A lot. If Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley are the only experienced signal callers running every single rep, their arms will be cooked before the regular season even kicks off. The Ravens are not going to let that happen. Lamar is their entire offense. He is their franchise. He has 2 years left on his contract and holds a no-trade and no-tag clause, which means he has serious leverage in his future with this team. You do not burn out the most important player on your roster during June practices. So the Ravens went out and added 2 undrafted rookie quarterbacks, Diego Pavia and Faniano, to help distribute those throwing representatives. Then they went one step further and brought in Thompson as an experienced veteran to compete for that QB3 role. Speaking of which, the Ravens cut Cooper Rush this offseason. And honestly, looking back, that signing never really fit. Rush is a solid quarterback, but his style does not match the kind of operation Lamar runs. The Ravens clearly learned from that. They are not bringing in a veteran just to fill a spot. They are bringing in one who fits the environment they are building. Tyler Huntley is locked in as the backup. He came in as an undrafted free agent out of Utah, spent time in Miami and Cleveland, and eventually came back to Baltimore on a contract extension. QB1 and QB2. Done. Settled. No debate. The only real competition is for that 3rd spot. Here is your challenge for today. Who wins the QB3 battle in Baltimore? Is it Skyler Thompson, Diego Pavia, or Faniano? Drop your pick in the comments right now and let's settle this debate. Who wins QB3? Right now, the honest answer is that Skyler Thompson has the biggest advantage in this competition. And here is why. This will be Thompson's 5th year in the NFL. He has been in game situations. He has felt real pressure in actual regular season moments. He knows how to prepare like a professional, how to study a playbook, and how to function in an NFL system. Pavia and Faniano are rookies, talented, no doubt, with upside, but they are just getting their feet wet in professional football. When you are evaluating who holds down the third quarterback spot, experience is massive. The gap between a guy who has played in 11 NFL games versus someone who has never practiced in a professional training camp is enormous. That said, between now and the first game of the regular season, a lot will change. Minicamp will happen. Training camp will reveal things. Preseason games will tell the real story. Any one of these quarterbacks could separate themselves from the pack. Rookies sometimes do the unexpected. That is what makes camps so fun to follow. But if the roster stays exactly as it is today and those three compete head-to-head, Thompson walks away with that QB3 job. No disrespect to the young guys, that is just the reality of where each of them stands right now. And honestly, if the Ravens ever need to use their third-string quarterback in a meaningful game, the season is probably in rough shape anyway. The real goal is to make sure that never happens, and the best way to do that is to protect the offensive line so Lamar never gets in danger in the first place. Which brings us to the offensive line, because this Ravens roster is being built from the inside out. The Ravens drafted Wenger Yane specifically to strengthen that front. They brought in Dwayne Ledford, who carries a ton of pressure on his shoulders this year. The signing of John Simpson got a lot of pushback from Ravens fans, and rightfully so, but with a new coaching staff and a new offensive line coach in place, there is genuine hope that a different system can bring out a different version of him. People grow. Systems change. Do not sleep on Emory Jones either. He did not get a mountain of opportunities last year, but the flashes he showed were real. He is a name to watch as camp opens. And of course, Ronnie Stanley and Roger Rosengard are still anchoring things. A healthy, cohesive offensive line changes everything for this offense. It opens running lanes for Derrick Henry. It gives Lamar time to work through his reads and go through his progressions. It gives the wide receivers space to actually run their routes. A dominant offensive line does not just protect the quarterback, it unlocks the entire offense. That is the master plan the Ravens are building toward. Every single piece, from the fifth quarterback to the offensive lineman, is connected. This is a team being constructed with intention, not just desperation moves and cap space filler. Football is the ultimate team sport. No one wins alone. No quarterback can carry a team by himself, no matter how generational his talent is. And the Ravens front office clearly understands that. So the real question is this: do you trust this roster being built around Lamar Jackson? Is Skyler Thompson exactly what this team needed? Or should the Ravens have gone after someone with more upside? And what do you think about the offensive line additions? Is Dwayne Ledford the answer? Drop all of it in the comments. The debate is officially open. And if this breakdown gave you something to think about, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and stay locked in, because this Ravens offseason is just getting started.